session we are going to discuss the Joint Certificate of Education in the ordinary level mathematics for the examination of 2020. So let's move on to the papers. Right, so my dear children, you can always see that these papers are coming according to a specific structure. That might always not be true, but sometimes it might be true. Right, so let's get started with the question 1. So the question 1 is going to be very easy, right? The question 1 basically tells that the bill for the monthly phone usage of household is 1500 rupees. 108 rupees is added to this VAT. Accordingly, find the percentage that is charged as VAT. So VAT basically means the value added tax, right? So VAT basically means value added tax, right? Value added tax. Right, so now that we have done that, now what you got to understand here is that when you consider the bill for the monthly phone usage, the total is 1500, right? And the 180 rupees is added as the VAT. So therefore, you take 180, right? 180 like this will be equal to 1500 times will be equal to 1500 times x. Now this x that I'm sure that all of you know what that means, right? That means the percentage. They are asking here what the percentage that is charged as the VAT. So therefore with this x we can obtain a percentage, right? So we denote the percentage as a parameter x, right? I will just write them here. X denotes the percentage. X denotes the percentage that is charged as VAT, right? As VAT. So now that we have understood what the x is, now let's simplify the remaining things here. So 180 equals this. So therefore here you can see that these two zeros will be cancelled off. Once these two zeros be cancelled off, we can cross multiply this, which means you will have 180 over 15, right? You will have 180 over 15 is equals to x. Now this is basic division. So 5 times 3 is going to be 5 times 3, yeah, 5 times 3 is going to be 15. So let's divide this by 5. 5 and 18, 180 divided by 5 will you will be able to obtain 3, and there will be 3 remaining, 36, right? So therefore, right, you got to divide this 180 divided by 5. 5 times 3 is 15. This is 0, 3, 6. This will be 36. When you divide 36 by 3, you will get 12%, right? 12. So you can put 12% equals to x. Apologize that I had a call, right? So let's get moving on. 180 rupees is added to this VAT. Accordingly, find the percentage that is charged as VAT, right? So now to in order to answer this question, you got to use a parameter called as x. X denotes the percentage that is charged as VAT, right? So therefore, since we have denoted it, now I'm going to explain how to take the answer. So first of all, you got to have 180. There is a way that you obtain the value of a discount when it comes to the price of an item when the discount percentage is given. So you should follow that same method, right? Put x, since you do not know a percentage, and you put 100 as the denominator, right? 100 as denominator, and multiply this by, you should multiply this by 1500. Now cut the zeros off, right? You divide 1500 by 100, you'll get 15. So 180 is divided by 15 now, because according to cross multiplication, 15 will be taken to the left hand side. Therefore, when 15 is taken to that side, 15 times 3 is 5 times 3 is 15, and 5 times, right? So 36. 5 times 36 is 5 times 36 is 180, right? So you divide 3 by 36 and you will get 12. So finally you will get, therefore, the percentage that is charged as VAT will be equals to 12%, right? 12%. So this is one of the most easiest part, right? Once you finish the workings as I've shown here, make sure that you always write these kinds of statements in your answer script. So that will be helpful for you to get the answer, right? So I will leave the printed version here and I will erase my workings off. So if you have a pen and pencil, it's better if you are watching this through YouTube, and it's better to have a pencil and paper, right? So I'll erase this now. So question number 2 is also one of the easiest questions. Of course, you can pause it and do it, right? Of course, you can pause the video and you can do it. And now I will be explaining to you the question number 2. Right, so question number 2 says that find the value of x according to the information given in the figure. So this right here is a isosceles triangle, right? This is an isosceles triangle. You have A, let's take this as B, let's take this as C, and let's take this part as D. Right, now that you have obtained this, we know according to the isosceles theory that this A, B, C is equals to BAC, right? Very easy theory, any one of you can understand this, right? So make sure to denote the angle, you put a little head like this here. No, it's not ABC, right? It's C. The angle should be C. Okay, so this should be C and this should be A. Yes, so now that we have written this, we can denote this as both as x, right? Both of these are x. Now, according to a specific theorem of parallel lines, you know that ACB plus ACD should be equals to 180 degrees. Should be equal to 180 degrees. So now that you have obtained this, you should also mark two heads here to denote that the angle is at C, and this will be in degrees, right? Okay, now since you have denoted this, we know that ABC, right? This C in ACD triangle is 110. So therefore, if ACD equals 110, if ACD equals 110 degrees, therefore 110 180 minus 110 will be 70 degrees, right? Let's mark the basic thing here, right? One here, and one here. Right, so this will be the final answer that you want, but we haven't found an answer for x. So make sure that you're always aware of such things, right? They say find the value of x. You shouldn't find ACB or ABC, you should find the value of x. So therefore, since BCA is proved as 70 degrees, right? 70 degrees equals ACB, right? It's proved as ACB. Therefore, so x equals 70 degrees. X equals 70 degrees. Right, so therefore you have obtained the answer for this. Right, so if you get questions like this, I'm sure that you can easily tackle off. All you got to know is some basic theory to answer these questions. Right, so now let's move on to question number 3. We have 1 over x minus 1 over 3x is equal to 2 over 3. Right, so this is also one very easy part. So you write this again. To avoid confusion, you should write this again. And you always know that in order to make a simplified expression here, we should have a common denominator. Therefore, to have a common denominator, we can multiply this by 3. The reason why I multiply this by 3 is that if you multiply by 3, anyways, this 3 and this 3 will be cancelled off. So therefore, it's basically 1. You're just multiplying it by 1, right? So from this point on, right, from that point on, you put 3 here, 3 over, common denominator becomes 3x minus 1 equals 2 over 3. Right, this 3 and this 3 will be cancelled off. So therefore this is 2x, this is 2. Now if you cross multiply, no need to cross multiply, right? So you can just cancel these 2 off. Anyone can understand that. So therefore you will finally get the final answer as x is equals to 1. Complete answer, right? You get 2 marks here, 2 marks here, 2 marks here. But make sure that in the first question you always have the workings that I have given in the working that I've showed, right? I've showed the workings. You make sure you always include that in the answer, or else you will only get 1 mark, right? If you have this sentence only. For these two, however, you will get the full marks, right? So therefore there's no need to do it again. Right, so now we have question number 4, right? So question number 4, it's a very easy question, right? I have discussed this yesterday in our class, right? So therefore it will not be required. For those of you who are doing in YouTube, if you cannot do this question, right, you can always mention it in the comment section below and I will be able to help you. In the figure ABC, moving on to the question 5, in the figure ABC is a right angle triangle. Find the value of x according to the given information. So therefore they have given a they have given a right angle triangle here, right? I spoiled the question, right? Okay, right? So just try it. You can pause the video and try it. So they have what we should be using here is that you according to the Pythagoras theorem, you should have the mindset to do something like this, right? You should use the Pythagoras theorem in such a way that it says AC squared, right? AC squared, I'll put the square terms later, plus AB squared plus BC squared. Right, so here you should always put the square terms, right? I'm sorry if you can't see it, but you can understand, right? In Pythagoras theorem we do it. So now comes the serious part here. Right, now here you can see that AC squared is a combination of x plus 7. So therefore you put x plus 7 in a bracket and make it equal to 8 squared plus 6 squared, right? So these will be squared. X plus 7 squared will result in something, right? Don't worry about that. So leave it as it is. X plus 7, no need to expand it. 8 squared is 64. 8 squared is 64. Plus 6 squared is 36. 36. Right? X plus 7 squared. X plus 7. Yeah, just for reference, I will put square root here because square root goes to this side. Right here you will have half. So therefore you will finally get x plus 7, right? You will get x plus 7 equals to 10 because 100 square root is 10. So therefore finally you will get x is equals to 3 centimeters. This will be your final answer. So make sure in these types of questions, without doing any other long methods, that you follow these types of methods, right? Even the paper marker will think that you have a specific knowledge when it comes to simplifications. So make sure that you use some advanced methods like this when you solve these types of questions, right? So question number 6, find the least common multiple of the following expressions: 3x, 2xy and 4y squared, right? Easy question, right? 3x is basically equals to 3 to the power 1 times x to the power 1, right? 2xy is equals to 2 to the power 1 into x to the power 1 into y to the power 1. 4y squared. This will be 2 squared. This will be y squared. So therefore you will finally get the LCM. You write it as short form LCM. So take the most powers here, right? The greatest power. So you have 2 squared. You have 2 squared. You have 3 to the power 1. You have 3 to the power 1. You have x to the power 1. And you have y to the power 1. So therefore finally you will get 2 squared is 4. 4 into 3 is 12. 12 and x y squared. Make sure that when you do these types of questions that you do not cross this line, right? Because I didn't have a suitable amount of space, I did that, but please don't do it in your examinations, right? Information relevant to the motion of an object traveling at a uniform speed is shown below. So distance and time is given like this, right? So now this you can understand that this is basically a distance time graph, right? You have learned this in physics more than 100 times, right? This also comes in mathematics. However, when you move to combined maths in your A levels, this will be totally different, right? So we don't need to speak about that now, right? So question number 7, we have a distance time graph and we should include here distance in the y-axis. Make sure that you always draw this graph, right? I'm quite sure that when you draw this graph, you can easily understand what are you doing here, right? Time. Right, so now you have 0, 0, let's mark here as 0, and this will be like this. I'm drawing this to understand, right? So we are going to start up with 0 in distance, and this will be 2, this will be 4, this will be 6, this will be 4, this will be 8, this will be 12, right? This goes so it can join here. This goes so it can join here. This goes so we can join here. Right. So now we have this triangle. Make sure that you mark this angle of inclination as theta. Now we are going to use a bit of trigonometric applications here. I will tell you why we use that. So we have tan theta, right? Tan theta, don't write theta like this, right? Draw the Greek letter, right? So tan theta is equals to the opposite over the adjacent. So opposite, right here, opposite distance is 4. Opposite distance is 4, right? You have 4 there. And the adjacent distance, which means the base, is going to be 2. So therefore, finally you will get the answer as 2 meters per second. Let's check if I'm right. Yes, so the final answer will be 2 meters per second, 2 ms minus 1. Right, so moving on to question number 2, they are asking something like this, right? So that you will get confused a bit. Find the time the object takes to travel 22 meters at this speed. Easy, right? Take it very easily. So you know that they have given this object is traveling at a uniform speed. So therefore its speed won't change. Therefore its tan theta will always remain constant. So therefore this will always be 2 ms minus 1, right? And this will be equal to the distance. The distance let's denote as x. Right, you can denote x or y or z or anything you like, you can denote it, that's no problem, right? The distance actually they have given, right, as 22 they have given, but in here they haven't given the total time, so therefore this one you mark as x. Right here let's put a line to denote that we have divided. Right, so now that we have done that, you take x to this side and bring 2 to this side using cross multiplication, and finally you will get x will be equals to 11 seconds. Very easy sum, right? Very easy, but you got to mention this final statement: time the object takes to travel at this speed will be equal to 11 seconds. As easy as that. So question is done. Question number 7 is done. Now moving on to question number 8. You have a very interesting part here, right? When you see these types of questions, don't think they are difficult. These are some of the most easiest questions. You got to keep things in your mind, right? Right, so let's move on with the question. Question number 8, they have said shade the region that represents A dash intersect B in the given Venn diagram, right? In the given Venn diagram. So they have marked this. Make sure you always put your index number here, right? So A dash intersect B. So therefore, if A dash intersect B, you should shade this region. When you shade these types of regions, make sure you use straight lines, because I'm using the laptop, I can actually put straight lines, I'm not used to it, right? So question number 9, moving on to question number 9, the center of the circle shown in the figure is O. Find the value of x according to the given information, right? Find the value of x according to the given information. So since this, now let's, I will just teach you the theory here. We have mark A, B, C, D. Easy, right? Take it easy. A, B, C, D. Since the straight line, let's take straight line. AC travels through the center and touches the circumference of the circle ABC will be equals to 90 degrees. ABC equals 90 degrees. So therefore, you have to understand that if this is 90 degrees, this will be 60. I will put the calculation here, right? ABC plus ACD plus, sorry, not ACD, ACB plus BAC is equals to 180. So therefore, you will get ACB equals 60 degrees. 60 degrees. Now let's mark the points here, right? Put the head here. Degrees symbol. Degree symbol. So you can see that from this circle that this triangle ADB and the triangle ABC lie on the same base. So if this angle is extended from the same base, this x will be equals to the angle denoted here. So therefore this will also be x. Now put ADC is equals to ACB equals x, right? Equals x. But we have proved here ACB equals 60. So therefore x is equals to 60 degrees. Great. Now that you have done that, let's move on to question number 10. If log AB equals C, underline the correct statement from the statements given from the following statements. Right? C, A, B, and these some things are given. No one can understand what they have given here, right? Unless you read the question. So log AB equals C. Now that you have log, right? AB equals this. Think it in a little funny way, right? Think it in a funny way which is practical. Now there is a little person here. Now let's say that this is the base. So when it comes to a base, it should be greater and larger and strong. When this base go to a place, go to the right hand side, the base pushes this term and puts it as its power. So the base uses C as its power. You see how interesting it is? And you will get B equals A to the power C. B equals A to the power C is denoted by number 2. So therefore, my dear children, that's how you do the first 10 questions of this paper, right? So I'll be uploading more videos for those of you who are watching this video, right? For the children who are in my class, you can take a little break and we'll be discussing it later, right? So I hope those children who are watching this video on YouTube, I've uploaded all the videos. You can watch them too. Have a nice day and great, awesome.